Hey, what's up, spooky fam? Today we are taking it back to some VHS content. I have a big series. Of course, there's sirens as soon as I start talking. This content for quite some time, but that's because I have put so many hours into creating this series, and honestly it is a deep dive into some of my favorite more controversial directors, and I am just really excited to do deep dives with you guys. I feel like you're going to like these longer form, almost like a podcast that you can watch episode. I've got 5 videos scripting, and 1 video finished. So we are going to see those soon. So this video is kind of a bridge to get us to that series. And today I kind of wanted to reminisce. If you guys remember, I did a little series here when I came into a bunch of VHS tapes thanks to my best friend Debbie, and it's been over a year since we really had a huge VHS haul. I haven't really had too much luck lately, so I figured it would be fun to go back and look at some of my favorite tapes in my collection, because some of these are really cool. So I have chosen 10 with a few exceptions here. So we're gonna dive into that. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, do all the fun things. Let me know if you'd like a part 2 of this, because I have so many tapes that I would just love to kind of reminisce about now that I have learned so much more about the origin of a lot of these movies. Not these ones in particular, but a lot of the ones in my collection. I feel like I have so much more respect for them, and I attribute it to In Search of Darkness parts 1, 2, and 3. We'll start off with 2 of my larger sets of tapes. I love finding these more special editions, the larger like ones that are split into 2 parts. First off, at number 10 at the back, we'll start with Lars von Trier's The Kingdom. And this is parts 1 and 2. This is actually being redone right now. I believe it's already out. But here is parts 1 and 2 of The Kingdom. These are so cool to me. I'm a big Lars von Trier fan. You guys will see in an upcoming video. Just a big fan of his mind. And I don't know, these were a little hard to watch. Alex and I tried to watch this series. It was a little odd, but I feel like I would like to go back, maybe see, because the new one, it has been rebooted, so maybe it'll carry me into the older vibes, if you know what I mean. Like watching the new one, maybe it'll pique my interest to go back and watch the older one. But we did try and watch that. It just was a little difficult for us to get through. This is the 25th anniversary collector's edition of Jaws, and I love this copy so much. We do have, once again, 2 tapes, but they are not in individual sleeves like the Kingdom one. It is just 2 in this larger one here, and that's fine with me. At number 8 here, we have a movie that holds more significance to me now that I've watched cursed films over on Shudder. And this I had in my collection, didn't really know too much about it, but diving into the episode on The Serpent and the Rainbow, I have so much more appreciation for this movie and what Wes Craven did with it. I just think it is so, I don't know, spooky with all the voodoo, and Bill Pullman just does an incredible job in this movie. If you guys have watched the episode of Cursed Films, like you've seen the behind the scenes and like the behind the making of this movie, and it just does feel very haunting. And I don't know, I'm grateful to own this in a clamshell case. I have a handful of these and I just cherish them. Number 7 here on in our pile of tapes is the first time, it's Sleepaway Camp. And the first time I ever saw Sleepaway Camp back in high school, more than I would say a good 12 years ago, this tape was the first time I watched it. It was on VHS. It was after school with my best friend Jacob at the time, and we sat down and put this tape in, and not knowing what we were going to get out of it, thought it was just gonna be a fun little slasher. And Felissa Rose, you have stained my brain forever, so congratulations. Number 6 here is one that I wanted to add to this collection, this video, because I love the colors here. Creepshow 2. I feel like you don't get movies made with this kind of coloring anymore. It just looks so hand-drawn. It just feels like it's inviting, you know? It makes you want to grab it and gravitate towards it. It's beautiful, and a big fan of color, obviously. So this, I think is beautiful. Okay, number 5 is a movie that I'm not fond of, I will be honest, but it is one of my most favorite slipcovers that I own, and that is Jason Goes to Hell. I know it feels like a weird pick, but it is textured. I don't know, something about the worm going through the mask. It's yucky, and the texture on it just feels more yucky. But this is the unrated director's original cut. I wish my VCR worked, because I would love to actually check this out on its actual medium and not like streaming it or anything, you know? Number 4 is a newer one in this, not like newer, but like it is not an 80s movie, it's not a 90s movie, it is The Ring. And this I put in this collection, this video, because it is a transparent slipcover, and I don't have any other ones like this, and I just think it makes it so, I don't know, because the movie is so ominous. I feel like seeing the slipcover like this makes the tape feel more ominous, and if you've seen The Ring, obviously you know the tape is ominous. Number 3 is a movie that I will never take out of the plastic. This will stay preserved the way that it is till the end of time. This is Donnie Darko on VHS, obviously, still sealed. Nobody ever opened this. This is the original plastic, the original packaging. It's beautiful, and I will probably never ever in a million years take it out of the plastic, because I already have another one out of the plastic. So. Number 2 is the original director's cut for Basic Instinct, and this is on this list because of the way that it opens up, and you get more of a story when you open it up. It says, "Dear viewers," this is from the director. "Dear viewers, a very important aspect of Basic Instinct is that it's not only a thriller, it is truly an erotic thriller. In the 90s, we have lost the sexual freedom of past decades. So the sex we can't have anymore in reality, we portray in the movies. In this video, however, you'll see my original version without any cuts or changes. This sexy, explicit movie that I set out to make, this is the sexy, explicit movie that I set out to make, and I'm glad you can see it now. So once again, this is something that I wish my VCR worked for, because I wish this is something that you have to see in its original medium. You know what I mean? Physical media is I just love it. I got a couple of comments on my main channel asking why I have so many tapes. Am I starting a museum because they're so old? No, physical media will just live forever, and it's so wonderful to just own and just have that piece, that memory of how good things were, and to just live with it and own it. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but anyways, number 1, I had to put together as 3 movies because I couldn't separate them. These are my 2 copies of David Lynch's Lost Highway. We have the widescreen and the regular edition, and this one right here is from Blockbuster. I had to pick up both because they had different covers. Big fan of collecting variant covers. But I also had to add Pretty as a Picture, the art of David Lynch. This is a documentary that kind of follows this, and how could I not add this to this video? I am a big David Lynch fan. I have a whole shelf dedicated, like a shrine dedicated to him. So I had to have this at #1 on this list. Okay, that's it for this video. Let me know which one of these movies you've seen, which one you liked the best, which one of these covers you liked the best, and if you'd like to see a part 2 to this. That is all for me for today. I will see you in the next video. Hoping it is part 1 of my series. So fingers crossed, and I will see you guys very soon. Sayonara, Spooky fam.